Hey guys, it's Three Wiz Up. I hope you're good. Welcome back to my channel, and welcome to what I have read in February. Let me tell you, it was a lot of smut. That's all I'm gonna say for now. It was indeed a lot of smut. But first, I finished reading Prince of the Sorrows by Kellen Grave. It was good. I feel like I gave it 3.5 out of 5. It is about these two lovely characters, which are Saffron and Sylvan. Saffron is a human living beyond Vel in the Fey world and is a maid of some sort, and will be put back through the veil, back to the human world, this next Ostera. If you don't know what Ostera is, it's, kind of like the Easter holiday, but pagan. Can I say it that way? I mean, that's what we're gonna say. And so, he wants to stay in the Fey world. He doesn't know shit about the human world. And then one day, by pure accident, he learns Prince Sylvan's true name, which is one of the ways that you can control a Fae with their true name. And so he begins working with Sylvan to learn some stuff that will make him useful to stay in the Fae world, kind of thing. There is also some homicides happening. There is the wolf, who is killing Bantis, who are the humans that work in the Fey world. So we're also going through that and what the fuck is happening. I also picked up the second one after I finished the first one, but I DNF'd it. On chapter 19, which is page 156. I DNF'd it because I couldn't immerse myself in this one as much as I did the first one. It was good, but I DNF'd it. It was not for me. I do love the lyrical writing, I do love the characters, I do love the setting, but for some reason I was not able to get into it. So, I DNF'd that one. So next, let's talk about all the smut I've read. First, I have read the Made Men series. The 3 books are out. So the first one is The Sweetest Oblivion, which was my first one in those 3. So we follow Nico, Ace, Russo, and Abeli. Why did I forget her first name? Elena Abeli. It is a mafia romance. So Elena's sister is promised to get married with Nico. Nico and Elena are lusting after each other so fucking much. And in a turn of event, Nico and Elena end up having to get married. I loved it. Actually. Nico is all eyes for her, would do anything for her, would kill for her, would die for her, whatever. So yeah. I really liked it. I already want to reread it, if I'm being completely honest. Next, we have The Maddest Obsession. In this one, we are following Gianna and Christian. Gianna is Nico's ex stepmom. She is younger than him, but she was married to his dad. And Christian is a FBI agent, but crooked FBI agent. Yes, he is not the best person. And they have had crushes on each other for so long, but never acted on it. And then they end up being neighbors. And yeah, that's where it goes from. Then the third one in this series is the one I liked the least. Darkest Temptation. This is a kidnapping. There's so much Stockholm Syndrome in this. And, like, she is trying to, the main character is trying to convince the reader that she doesn't have Stockholm Syndrome. She's also talking about it, and she's like, I don't have that, but you're falling in love with him, my guy. This book is about Mila and Ronan. Ronan, who is Christian's brother back in Russia. And yeah, he is not a good person. He controls Moscow's mafia. And it's about also Mila, who is the daughter of a mafia man, without knowing that her dad is involved in the mafia, actually, because her dad wanted to protect her. But, like, look where that led, my guy. You nearly killed her multiple times. So, and so she ends up going to Russia, which is where she was born, but she's never visited. Even though everyone's telling her not to. She does it. And meeting Ronan and developing a crush on him, and then boom, he kidnaps her. Because he is in a war kind of thing with her dad. And she ends up falling for him. Somehow. Also, if something that this book taught me is that someone could swear at me in Russian and I would be happy about it. That's all I learned about myself with this book. Next three are going to be in a rating vlog at some point. It is The Priest series by Sierra Simone. The Priest series is about three brothers. So let's get through it. First we have Priest, which is about Tyler, who is a priest. And then he meets Poppy and starts having lustful thoughts about her. And they end up fucking, and it ends up being like a priesthood or her. And she's also like, I don't want to make him like stop his livelihood for me. And yeah. I think that's all I need to say about like what happens in it. The back and forth in both of their mind is just sweet but sad. Also the smack scenes. He fucks her on the church's altar at some point. He eats her out on the carpet in the church. Like, there's multiple instances of doing it in the church. I like this one. It was my second favorite in the series. Next, my favorite in that series, Sinner. Listen, Sean Bell could get it any day. Okay? So Sean is the oldest brother in the Bell sons. So there was Tyler, and then there's Sean, who's older than him. This is a brother's best friend type of thing. So one day at a charity gala, Sean sees a woman from far away, and he's like, "Ooh, I'm gonna get that. I'm gonna bang that." Like, he is a playboy billionaire. He's like, "I'm gonna tap that," and he ends up not doing it because he gets a call because his mom is sick. And then at his job, they're telling him, "Hey, we have a problem with nuns that are in this building. Like, you need to get them out." And he ends up seeing Zenny, who is his best friend's little sister again, and you realize it is the girl that he was flirting with the night before. Zenny is about to become a nun. Like, she has 1 month before she takes her vows, and she ends up going to Sean and telling him, "Hey, I want my last month of freedom to discover everything I'm going to be missing as being a nun." So he ends up, taking her virginity, showing her what a relationship with him would be like, and everything like that, and they end up falling for each other really hard. Again, we have this same back and forth about being a nun versus this. Well, we don't see her point of view. It's in his, but, like, him not wanting to take her away from the path she's choosing versus like also wanting to keep her and stuff like that. And I really loved this one. And last in the series is Saint. Saint is about Aiden, who is the younger brother of these two. Like, they have another younger brother, but and also Elijah, who is Zenny's older brother also. Like, in The Sinner, I think it's so fucking funny. When Elijah finds out that Zenny and Sean are fucking and that he's in love with her, he's like, you've been fucking my sister? And he's like, bruh, you've been fucking my little brother, so what about that? Anyways, this is 4 years after the event of Sinner. Elijah, nope. Well, it is about Elijah, but Aiden is now a monk. After being, no, this is 8 years after Sinner. After being in a relationship with Elijah for 4 years, he turns around and just goes and becomes a monk without saying anything about it. And 4 years after that, Elijah is writing a paper for the magazine he's working at about monks and the beer they brew. And you know, they start falling back for each other, and there's again this back and forth that we've seen in the other books, like my religion versus my love and stuff like that. I'm not a religious person, but it did make me think a lot about religion in a way I hadn't thought of it before. So that's nice. Alright, next book I'm currently reading. So here we have The Highest Bidder series by Willow Winters and Lauren Lendish. So in this we have 4 books, which are 4 of the 5 books actually in this series, because turns out there's a 5th one that came out after. The first one is Bot, which is the one I finished. Bot is about Lucian and Delia, who, okay, this is a BDSM auction romance. So, Delia goes and puts herself in the auction to be someone's sub for a contract for 30 days. It ends up being Lucian, and he teaches her, like, to be a sub because it's her first sub relationship, and they end up falling for each other. Each of these are 200 pages each, so, like, there's not a lot in, but it's still, like, a good story. Like, of course, I would have loved having more. Yeah. Second book is called Sold, which is the book I'm currently on, which is about Katya and Isaac. I'm loving them so much. And this one is a master-slave relationship, also related to the auction in some way or another. I'm not going to tell you because it happens later in the book. Then we have the third book that's called Owned, and the 4th book that's called Given. I don't know what happened in those two because I am not there. So, ta-da! That's what I read in February. Hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you guys in the next one.